What's up guys, Tony here with HighTechCheck, and today I'm going to show you 9 ways that you can increase your battery life on your Galaxy Watch significantly. Now, I know a lot of people buy these watches because they want to use every feature that is on the watch, and that's totally fine. Everybody's got their own preferences, and I'm one of those people that kind of like to have a balance of functionality and battery life. So I turn off all the things that I don't use. And we're not talking about turning on power saving mode, because that pretty much dumbs down the watch to like its bare minimum, maybe, just looking at the time here and there. I'm talking about keeping functionality and increasing your battery life by turning all the stuff off that you really don't need to have on all the time. So first off, what you can do is close all your recent apps. So to do that, you're just going to hit the bottom button once here. It's going to take you to all your applications. You're going to see this one up here. It's going to say recent apps. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to go close all. And that'll close out all the apps that are running in the background, kind of using up battery when you're not using them. Second off, we're going to turn off all the connections that you don't use. So we're going to go into our settings. Mine are right here. You can also, when you first get your watch, if you pull down from the top, the settings will be in there. But anyway, you go to your settings. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all the stuff you don't use. So connections. You're going to turn off your Bluetooth, which is right there. I have the LTE version. So I have LTE. Basically, you can use this watch without the use of your phone. So if you're, maybe going to the gym or you're biking, you can just keep your watch on you and you can get your calls and everything from there. Wi-Fi, don't really need that on. You can turn that off. NFC, you're only going to really use that when you use Samsung Pay. So you can go ahead and turn that off. Location is for your GPS. So I don't use my GPS all the time. That uses a lot of battery, so you go ahead and make sure that's off too. Next thing that probably eats up the most battery life is your screen brightness. So what I like to do is, while I'm usually inside, I like to keep mine at about a 3. I have mine on a 5 just to make it a little brighter so everybody can see it, but you put it at a 3, you can comfortably see that inside, pretty much wherever you're at. And if you do decide to go outside, the watch is going to automatically adjust the brightness for how bright it is outside anyway. So why keep the watch really bright when you really don't need it? So that's something else you can do. The next thing is the always on display. Basically, it displays a minimalistic version of your time. So no matter, when you lift it up, it's always got the time on, but you're not always really looking at your watch. I personally like when you lift it up to look at it, it turns it on to tell your time. My preference, if you want it always on, that's fine. It's just going to use up a little bit more battery life. The next thing we can do is turn off Bixby. I personally don't think Bixby is really worth very much. You can't really do much but set, times for, notifications, or maybe make a call or something, but I honestly don't really see a great use for that. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the bottom button twice. It's going to go to Bixby, okay? You're going to see these little 3 buttons here. You're going to hit that, and the very first one is voice wake up. You want to turn that off, because if you don't, when it's on, you say, "Hey Bixby," and the watch takes you right to Bixby, which means it's always listening. So it's using up extra battery life. So I would go ahead and turn that right off. The next thing is kind of hidden. So it's going to be the measuring of your stress level. And your watch can continuously measure your stress level and your pulse. But I don't really need to do that. I only want to do it when I want to do it. So I don't need to continuously have it setting that. And it's kind of hidden. So when you get to the app, you kind of just touch on it, which brings up these 3 little buttons here. You go ahead and click on that. Go to your auto stress settings. Always measure your stress level continuously. Turn that off unless you want it on, but you don't really need that on. The next one is your pulse, like I had in here before. Here it is. Again, the settings are hidden. It's not in the settings. It's in the actual portion of the app. So you just kind of like touch it. It'll bring up these three little dots here. You touch that, go to your settings. Never measure your rate. I have that on. You can have it frequently or always. Again, the always one is gonna take up the most battery life, but that's how you turn those off. I kind of had a hard time trying to find that because it's kind of hidden. So there you go. Another thing is, if you do have the LTE version like I do, today I was trying to do a battery test and I left it on LTE all the time. It's 6:46 now. I'm at 55%. I took it off the charger this morning at about 7 o'clock. So it's just a tad bit more than half left. So using the LTE alone does definitely eat up your battery life. Now, if you have your watch and your phone on you at the same time, go ahead and turn that Bluetooth on and make sure it's connected to your phone, because you'll actually save battery life if you have it connected by Bluetooth to your phone, because LTE uses a ton of battery life. It uses just a little battery life. So if you do have your phone connected to your watch all day, you're gonna greatly increase your battery life. That, and if you don't have anything connected to the watch, and I mean LTE too. So LTE is really only meant to be used if you're not gonna be near your phone. So if you have your phone near your watch, keep it connected to Bluetooth, and when you walk away and the Bluetooth disconnects, you have the peace of mind that the LTE is connected and you'll still get your notifications and your cell phone calls. So that's something nice to know. The last thing I want to give you to increase your battery life is to limit the notifications. You don't need to be notified every time somebody posts something on Facebook or anything like that. I would go ahead and just turn on the notifications in your Gear app for the apps that you really necessarily need the notifications for. If you have your phone on you, just check Facebook or whatever on there and leave the notifications off here, because it has a much smaller battery than your phone and it's gonna eat up the battery life. So that's pretty much it for increasing your battery life. If you guys took away at least one thing from this video, please leave me a comment. Let me know how it worked out for you. I know that it increased my battery life greatly, and I just wanted to, share this with you guys. So I just want to thank you so much too for all your support and subscribing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little notification bell to let you know when I put out new videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.